Hey everybody, Aaron J. Anderson here. Today I am going to show you my audio setup because I have been a lot of requests for this. And if you don't know, the Panasonic G7 does not have a mic. It has a mic input so you can hook up a microphone, but it doesn't have a headphone out, so you can't monitor that. And that's very scary to have that because I have my mic set right here just for this video. But sometimes if you're thinking you don't need to hear what you're listening to, if this were on my shirt, a lot of the times, I don't know if you can see this in the frame, is you'll get this noise. You can kind of hear it rubbing on my clothes. And if you're not monitoring that, when I look at my meters on my LCD here, it's not even picking this up. So I don't even see that being picked up, but you can clearly hear it. So if you're doing an interview or something and you're not monitoring your audio, you could be getting things rubbing on the mic like this. So it's very essential. I'm going to put this back on here. And so it's very essential that you monitor your audio. So basically how I have this set up is if you have the G7, you're going to have to get a Zoom, what is this, a Zoom H1 or any audio recorder with a mic out and all that stuff. But the Zoom H1 is a really good recorder. You can use it for multiple uses and your G7 to monitor your audio and everything like that. So how I have this is I basically have, can you see that on there? I have the H1 on like a little swivel head and a hot shoe mic right there. Just put on there. On the side here we have, let me unplug this. You could probably hear me now. I'm going off of the internal microphone on the camera, and you can see the big difference. And on the side of the Zoom is the mic input, and that's where you want to put your, this is just a lav mic that I got going on here. We're going to put this in here. So now we're back on the lav mic. And on the other side, which I can't turn this around because I'm actually filming myself in a mirror right now, so I don't have a two-camera setup. On the other side of the Zoom One is your line out. And the line out goes to this special cable, and I actually literally only have a few minutes to do this on my way to work. And I don't remember the brand of the cable. There's different brands out there. I will post it in the description on what brand this is. But basically, it's a cable that plugs into the line output on the Zoom H1, and it has two cables coming out. As you can see, there's one cable here, which I have my headphones hooked up to, and the other cable goes into the mic input on the G7. And the way this works is, if you just had a cable straight going out, it would be too hot for the camera. So you have to get one of these attenuated, if I'm saying that right, where they basically put like a limiter, so it knocks the dB down. I think this is a minus 25 dB cable, so it's knocking that down so it's not overloading the camera, and then I can monitor myself by attaching headphones to it. And then, so the setups are like this. In the camera, you can set your audio meters, and I've played around all kind of different options and settings, and I found that keeping the camera at minus 12 dB is basically turning the preamps in the camera all the way down, because the preamps in cameras are usually not as good as a dedicated audio recorder, so you don't want to rely on the preamps in your camera. So it's minus 12 dB. That's as low as the camera microphone input will go. And on the Zoom, I tried different settings. Now on the side of the Zoom H1 is the mic sensitivity. And on the Zoom H1, you can see the audio meters, and you always want to keep your talent or whoever you're interviewing between minus 12 and minus 6 dB. You want to bounce around in there, and you don't want to clip in. If it's any lower, it's going to be the audio is going to be so low. Now, my setting is I'm talking at a normal voice. I'm not a really loud talker, and I'm not a very soft talker or speaker talker. And so I have this set, and it works for most people. I have it set on the input at 70. On the output, on the line out, I'm going to just double check here. it's at 80. So I'm 70 going in, which with my voice I'm hitting right at -6 and -12 dB going out into the camera. Now the cool thing about this is you can monitor your voice or the person's voice through the Zoom H1, because that's like has the meters, but you can also look on the back of the camera just as a reference to seeing where the where the metering is. So if you happen to set everything up and you take these off for something, sorry, there's a child in the background, you can at least look at your meters to see if everything's still working. But I would always keep this on as your video recording. So that's the settings there. -12 dB on the camera, on the input 70, on the output, on the line output at 80. And when I go into post and I look at the meters, which maybe I'll go in and show you, I'm hitting not quite at -6, I'm about -12 dB, and I do have to add a little bit of gain to that the audio signal, just because I want to make sure that I'm not getting any more room noise in there, and it's a little cushion for if someone gets a little louder with their voice. If you want to be more precise and not have to add any gain in post, you can just, on the input here, on the lav mic or whatever mic you're using on the input, you can raise that up. But the more you raise that up, the more ambient sound you're getting. So I find that those are the great settings. So maybe we'll go into post, maybe not, depends on what time I have here, and we'll show you what I do from there to clean up the audio just a little bit. Okay, so here we are in the computer, or on the computer, and I just wanted to show you guys some really quick audio tips. If you want to know where your audio is or how loud it should be, as I said earlier, you should keep it around -12 and -6 dB. What you can do is go to a website, and there's so many out there, and basically what you want to do is download a professional audio file. In this case, I just downloaded one just to show you guys here, and put it on your timeline and open up your audio meters. This is Premiere Pro Elements, by the way. There we go. And put it on the timeline. Let's zoom down. So this is recorded by a professional, and if we play it, we'll see where their audio is going for here on the audio meter. So let's play it, and let's look over here at the meter. So you can see it's right below that -6, like I told you, and doesn't go much lower than -12. We'll play it again. Because the reason of doing this is if you increase your volume of your system, as I'm doing over here, you always kind of don't know where your audio level should be. But if you use meters, it doesn't matter where your, this is my system audio, it doesn't matter where that is, because you can go by audio meters. What I usually do though is I set my system at 50% audio, because I want people to be able to hear a nice loud audio of my work at 50%, so they can still increase their device, whether it's the computer or whatever, higher if they need to, or lower. And so we know this professional audio recording is -6. So now I just go ahead and I'll delete that. And if we go over to my files here, we can play it back and we'll see this is my intro, and we'll see that it goes around that -6. So let's play it. See if you see over here. So you can see it's around that -6 mark, and then here's another audio of the little bumper music. So you could see it was -6. I hope that's being recorded, I'm not sure, but it's at -6. Now if we come over to my voice, where we just recorded the this audio monitoring episode, we'll see where it goes here. So you can see some of the higher speaking parts go around that -6. You can leave it like this if you want. I don't think it's too, I think it's pretty good audio here. Now if we come, now I'm going to show you how we only have one track of audio. We want to have 2 tracks. It'll sound much better. I don't know what program you're in, but basically most of it's going to be called like a fill left. And if we drag fill left on the audio track, Now we can just shrink this. Now we're going to see on the audio meter here that we get 2 tracks of audio. So let's play this back. So you can see that it's around 12 to -6, and basically you can just, you know, fill left on all of this, on all the different clips, and that should be it. Oh, there's one right here. So then we just play that back and see, make sure it's good. So that's that. And now if you want to clean up the if there's any static or hiss or hum or anything in the signal, which I think this is okay, but just to let you know, you can come over here and you can do like a noise reduction. If we put noise reduction on here, if we play it like this, it sounds terrible because it's too much. Let's see if you get this will be able to pick it up in the recording here. So what I would do is come over here and I would take this down to about 11 or something and then play it back. And that might sound pretty good. So that's about it, guys. That's just really quick tips on how to, you know, get your level to be around that -6. And like I said, if you wanted to boost this up and keep it up to -6, I right-clicked on the audio, and you can go over here to audio gain, and you could put this, let's say, at a 4. Now if we play this back, see, now I'm clipping right here, so I don't want that. So I'll just take it back and leave it where it was. So the settings that I had in how I showed you earlier works pretty good for most situations. Anyways, that's it, guys. Talk to you later.